Yo guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another video. You guys all know that I really love Hondas and my Suzuki Jimny, but especially my Hondas. My beautiful brand spanking new Africa Twin, brand spanking new Honda Hunter Cup 125 from Japan, and my CRF 110cc's and a small 50 for the kid that are inside of my home garage. And when it comes to cars, I have owned over, well, I think about 13 to 14 Honda cars. A lot of you guys don't even know that. We got some CRXs, some Civics, also had an Integra, EP3 Type R. I do have a lot of Type Rs though. I really love the VTEC. I loved it, but there was always one special one that has been in my heart for many, many years, and I finally bought it. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Smokey 3. Smokey 1, which is the Brabus 700, Smokey 2, my Jimny, and Smokey 3, that is going to be the Honda Acty. Now I gotta be honest, I don't have a big ego, so on a daily basis I always drive my Jimny. And at the moment I'm driving the Acty. The Brabus is just for highway and long rides. Then you kinda need a Mercedes though. But like I said, I don't have a big ego to carry with me, and Smokey Bubbles, well, that is actually going pretty wild lately. So I'm really sorry for doing less videos, because the soap business that I started as a side hustle kind of exploded. Sold out in only 3 months, and when I got the products back, yeah, we kind of did like a major big ass sale once again in just 48 hours. Absolutely wild. But I needed a bigger booth sometimes to carry around some more boxes. And I was like, why don't I get a Honda, you know, an Acty? So it came straight from Japan into the Netherlands, put it on license plates in the Netherlands, and then we got it to Belgium. And then it was going to the checkup in Belgium. And next week I will get my Belgium paperwork for it. Now before we jump in this monster of a vehicle and take it for a small spin, I got some funny quirks and features to tell you guys about this thing, yeah. Starters, these things weigh about 650 kilograms, depending if it's a rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. I have the 12-valve real-time four-wheel drive, which means mine is around like 700 kilograms, and I can load about 350 on the bed, yeah. Talking about the bed, this is the hood. And you all know that Ferraris are pretty good cars because they have like mid-engined supercars. Well, the Honda Acty is nothing different, because that is my engine right over there, and the distribution belt is also right over there. The engine is in front of the rear axle, which means it's a mid-engine car. You can random steal somebody's battery because it's right over there and is not locked in any way, shape or form, so you can just steal somebody's battery in Japan. And this one specifically is an HA2, which means it's a 1989 model that has a round headlights. I always wanted one with the round headlights, but these are a little bit more of the holy grails, because, you know, they look the cutest with the round lights, and also they only made these ones between 1989 and 1988, so they made these for a very short time as well. Now first and most funniest thing, if you're inside of the cab, and I will show you, you can actually see the little knob of the window wiper. And the knob of the window, I'm just gonna call it a knob, the knob of the window wiper is actually the furthest part of the car. You see that? So that is actually sticking out the furthest. Probably can't really see it good on camera, but if this touches the wall, you're like, that it, yeah, you know, everything is small in Japan and big in Japan at the same time, so I love that though. Also, it doesn't have any special dent zones or crackle zones, whatever you want to call it, that modern cars have. And my toes inside of the car are somewhere over here. So it's like a little bit, so if somebody crashes into me, I gotta tuck in my knees or something like that. I don't know. And if you remove the hood, you will see a 548 cc's monster of an engine, 3-cylinder, 548 cc's, 12-valve, producing about 26 kilowatt, which is around like 35-ish horsepower or something like that. But lightweight, baby, lightweight. I haven't really tried putting on motorcycles on the bed just yet, but I will probably do that in sometime later on. But This one folds down. You can also take it off. These ones fold down, and you can have like a fully flat bed to move like some furniture or something. I don't know, but it's kind of big though. Oh man, I love this thing. God dang it. And the best part is, it is 36 years old, and I had to take it to the Belgium inspection, and it went through flawlessly. Only the rubbers on the steering need to be replaced in about 2 years, but they're still kind of good. 36 years old. And this car got a green check right away. That's some real Honda business right there. God dang it. But that is not the only fun thing. Let's go into the inside where the real magic happens. Yeah, of course, Japan. That means the steering wheel is on the other side. But let's start on this side first. I already installed a new radio because the Japanese radios, which is this small tiny thing, only has AM, which means, yeah, in Europe and especially in Belgium, you can't do nothing with it. So I had to replace it, sadly. Oh yeah, and also the front lights need to be replaced because in Japan they drive on the other side of the road, which means the lights shine that way. And in Europe they have to shine that way. So you have to get some new aftermarket headlights. Anyway, as you can tell, this 36-year-old interior, the headrests have some steel beams that hold your head pretty tight right there. As you can tell, the seats are in pretty mint condition. The steering wheel is absolutely perfect. And look at that interior. Look at that. 36 years old. Also, the car has 64,000 kilometers. And the best part that I found inside of this car, I'll show you some other cool features as well, is actually this one. The original paperwork. Oh, I love that. I absolutely love these things. Now, fun fact. In Japan, normally we read a book like this, from left to right. But in Japan, the hard side is actually on that side. So they read books starting from here and going that way. So they're going the opposite direction. This is page number 1. And then they go like that. Look at that. Look at the figurines that they made. I love that part. I absolutely love that part. Look at that. That is so cool. I also got some pictures of him washing the Acti and stuff like that. Look at that. That is... Just for this book alone, I bought this car. I absolutely love it. I don't speak Japanese though, but you can look at the pictures, you know. And as they say in Japanese, thank you, arigato gozaimasu. I probably spelled that one wrong, but I'm still learning. Arigato, atitemasu. I was in Japan with Hyundai, but atitakimasu, I think that was what we said when we started eating. Like, have a nice meal. I love Japanese, god dang it. Also, a small part that I've ordered on eBay, there is a flare over here. I thought it was like a flare you had to set on fire and then... But it's just like a small light, a red light. I ordered that on eBay. Needs to be back in there. Anyway, also storage, absolutely nothing. On this side in the door panel, there is nothing to see. There is only one speaker over here. They don't have a speaker or wiring going into the other door, which is kind of weird. Also, when I want to have some extra space, I can lift this one up and click it solid. And now, when I'm driving, I have this little bag right over here. Window washer product right over there, fire extinguisher, you never know. And yeah, that's the only storage you get. You get no cup holders, yeah, nothing over here. You do have some spots over here, and I do have to say on the door right there, you can put your iPhone, or 2 iPhones though. Then you pull the small lever over here, and the seat comes back down. There we go. And now what actually surprised me the most is that I have a 2-meter tall friend. Yeah, he's an absolute giant of a human being. And he fitted pretty nicely in an Acti. Also, I have some nice ass knee room. And like I said, when I touched this plate with my toes, it actually means it's about 5 centimeters to the outside of the car. So when you get a head-on crash, it's not gonna end well. You gotta be like this. So I have no idea. And also the best part, when you want to switch seats, just go this way. Look at that. We got 64,908 kilometers. Now, most of the time, you can probably tell how many kilometers the car has. Looking at this interior, looking at the seats, looking at the rest of the car, I can pretty much say that, yeah, 64,000 kilometers is pretty accurate. Because at 99,999, it goes back to 1. So if you find one with 40,000 kilometers on it, and the interior and the outside is absolutely trashed, it probably has like 132,000 or 160,000. not really 60,000. Now looking at my feet down there, there is not a lot of space to put those big ass 43 European feet. So when you use the clutch, you gotta use like that. There's not, you can't really stretch your leg in any way, or you have to go to the passenger side and stretch your leg like that. But there's not, also with my, you don't have a lot of space though. You gotta ride it a little bit like this, which is kind of funny though, you know. Also a pretty crazy fact is when you use the horn, which is like this giant button is like 80% of the steering wheel, it is louder on the inside as it feels on the outside. So also no storage on this side. You only got this little small pocket that's not even half my finger. Like I said, on this side you can put 2 iPhones in there, which is kind of useful. And also under here I found this little latch that I don't really know what it does. I'm not sure. It's like an air vent or something. I got no idea. But the best part as a 90s kid is of course manual windows. Oh yeah. Oh, I miss that a lot. I miss that feeling a lot. Brings me back. And then when you were a kid and you didn't have any money for electrical windows, you'd be like, oh man. Now this little Acti does come from the port in Japan and also comes from auction. And I do find some things where I'm like, for example, this gas tank looks pretty good, but when you look underneath, you can actually see the black paint that they probably used on the gas tank to hide some rust spots. Yeah, to get some more money on auction, like something like that. That's not stock. I know it's not stock over there. So with that all being said, we're gonna do some Raptor lining on this thing. But I kind of wanted to pimp it out, but I kind of love it so much because it's very good in original OEM shape. I'm not gonna touch it too much. I'm gonna keep it pretty natural. But we're gonna Raptor line some of the parts. Not too much, but a little bit of Smokey Bubbles commercial on there. I don't know. Still gotta figure that out. Anyway, let's take it out for a small ride. You know it will start because it's a Honda. God dang it. Now, of course, there are some things that need to get used to because, well, the gearbox is actually just the same as the European one. So we got one in the top left and like 5th gear is on the top right. So it's absolutely not hard to shift at all. Of course, you gotta get used to it because you're using your left arm and not your right arm. But the most silly stuff that I had happening all over the time is that when I use my indicators, which in Europe are on the left, which means my window wipers go, because the indicators are now on the other side. You're on the right side. But besides that, this thing is 36 years old. It just drives so smoothly and just so nice to drive. Brings me back. And then with the manual windows. Hey neighbor. I feel young again. I mean, at 0 to 100, I've not done 0 to 100 just yet because, you know, let's just not talk about 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. That's not what this car is all about. This car is about hauling things through small places. Also, highway runs. Not really sure if that's such a good idea, but I mean, for just cruising around town. Oh, we got some pedals here. Woo! Let's take a little bit off-road here. Even driving this thing off-road, it is just so goddamn comfortable. So if you ever thought or thinking about getting a Kei truck from Japan, but you still have doubts if it's good to drive or not, it is really good and it is a lot of fun as well. Probably not when you crash. When you crash, it's probably not going to be that much fun, but when you're just driving it, it just puts a smile on my face. Golly. But mine is also a 5-speed manual, but you can also get the 4-speed attack version. The attack version, oh bumpy. The attack version actually has a 4-speed with low gear and high gearing. So that is more for the farm use, actually. This one is more, as the X version is more of the road use. But even driving this thing off-road, golly, it's just so smooth. Now, there is a catch though, it is just a small catch. But this is a car from Japan, which means it was never imported in America or in Europe. So, if it breaks down, you need to order parts from Japan straight away. I do have a good website for it. I'll put the link in the comments as well. Back in the 90s, boys. Back in the 90s. Yeah, love it. And just like that, we're back. So yeah, just a little small ride and a small first look on my new Honda Acty. Well, it's not new, it's 1989, but still. Can't stop looking at it. Anyway, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys liked it. Let me know, what should I do with it? Make it a 4x4, lights on it, lower it, paint it black. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya. If you want to get the best motorcycle and car soap that will even wash your mother-in-law, Smokey Bubbles. And if you want to see the next video, it's over there. If you want to see my favorite video, it's right over there.